And it looks like we are live. What is good? What is good? What is good, beautiful people? Of course, you know who I be, the good Dr. Mike TV. Back again, once again, with a follow-up video. Follow-up live stream in particular. Appreciate you guys coming through. Hope your guys' day has going well. I hope you guys are truly blessed. Good to be back in the building. Good to be back here to be able to share in this particular live stream with you guys today. When you guys get in the building, y'all know the rules. Y'all make sure you get the likes up. Make sure y'all caress, molest, and distress yourself all over that like button. It wants it, it needs it, most definitely has to have it. I would highly appreciate that. All right, I'm going to give everybody at least a fair chance to come into the building before I actually get it in. But for those that are in the building right now, thank you guys for showing up. I hope you guys had a great week. Hope you guys enjoy your Labor Day weekend. I'm going to try my best to enjoy whatever it is. I'm going to do what I do when I do it, okay? But I want to highlight y'all a little bit real quick about something that took place or transpired a little bit earlier today. So if you guys were able to catch the Dr. Mike TV channel earlier today, I released a video that briefly discussed, do you ever think of me, the children that are left behind by those that participate in sex tourism or foreigners that participate in sex tourism? And yes, I do admit my approach to that particular topic was one from an emotional standpoint. Nah, I ain't crying, bitching, or moaning, but I was like, it does rub me the wrong way to know that a guy would be willing to basically leave their child behind, male, female, boy or girl. It just didn't sit right with me in the moment. Okay, it didn't, and I want you guys to understand. And I think many of you guys were able to pick up what I was putting down, and I think a lot of you guys were able to respect my approach to that particular topic of conversation. But in every topic of conversation, guys, I want you to understand there is three sides to every story. There is her side, his side, and the truth. Facts and evidence are literally the only things that we can believe in. So in my thought process throughout the day after the video was being made, and I was reading comments, big salute to all of you guys who participated in the comment section. I did have a chance to take a glance at the majority of the comments during my downtime today from work. Something stuck out to me. And I was like, although I may have a negative outlook on guys who choose to knowingly, again, let me make sure I preface this, knowingly leave their kids behind, let us not overlook the simple fact that some Filipinas are known for the trap. Let us not overlook the fact that some Filipinas are open to the trap. There are some Filipinas that will try to have a foreign child at any cost. Now, I don't want you to think that that's all of them. Of course not. That is not true. That is not accurate. That is not fair. But there are a chosen few out there in the game right now that will look to have a foreign baby at all costs. The reason why I say that they look to have these foreign children is because it brings about a certain status to the mother and the family, as well as the child, when that child sticks out and looks a little bit different than the other kids around. You understand? More so from a Filipina that may have a child with somebody who's white, European, or whatever, and that baby come out looking white skin and shit. It's like it could also be considered a status symbol, especially if the girl is from like the province or something like that. In the province, you're not fond, or you're not likely to come across too many. I'm not saying that you're not, but too many children that are of mixed race. So to have this child kind of like a token or a presentation piece, yes, look at my half-breed child, for lack of a better term, it does create a different type of status. It brings about a lot of attention. It's like, wow, that child is beautiful. Wow, like, you're the father is, what race is the father? And it starts to beg questions like that. So sometimes don't ever put it past a young lady to want to have a child with a foreigner specifically for the fact of just wanting to have a child that has mixed blood. Okay? It's truth. Ladies and gentlemen, it's going to happen. It can happen to you. And to be honest with you, me being the good doc, there was a story that I shared probably many, many moons ago. I want to say it was probably last year. It was something I shared in passing on a live stream. Likely that live stream is already met it going over the pasture. Basically that live stream is dead and gone. But I want to tell you this story again because I think it will provide a narrative or at least provide an example to which you guys can probably be able to understand where I am coming from. Some of you guys will not. Some of you guys will. Okay. So back in my early years, back when your boy was just fresh into the country, um, I'll tell you the truth. I had no idea how to conduct myself without protecting myself. Let me say that again. I had no idea how to conduct myself without protecting myself. So rather than getting into the graphic nature of what I'm talking about, basically, I'll just tell you I had no idea how to participate sexual activity without using a condom. And I just was not going to do that. That was something I had never done before, something I probably would never have done for quite a long time. Okay. So what happened was there was this young lady that I might or might not have been entangled with for for a while. And what ended up happening was she texted me one day and she was like, well, I personally don't like to use condoms. She said it off front. I personally don't like to use them, you know, and the next time we do this, that, and the other, allegedly, I'm not trying to use one. For in so many words, that's basically what she was trying to tell me. Now, imagine, I told you I do not know how to conduct myself without protecting myself. So, with that being said, of course I agreed because I mean, shit, I wanted to see her again, but I had to play like this super secret, smooth agent man type shit that I've never even tried before. So basically, like I said, without going into all the details, basically, I had to find a way to put it on without her knowing that I put it on. No different than a situation blows up, finds out, bam. She's like, how dare you do this to me, blah, blah, blah. She was mad. She was mad at me for wanting to put it on or using it again because she had told me that she had no idea or she had no, she really didn't want us to use them again. And for lack of a better term, you got to understand, guys, this is not just her. This is most Filipinas. Not all, but most. Most of them outside of the industry, I should say, because most in the industry, they don't play that. They strap up all the time. At least they should. But I guess in the situation that I mentioned earlier, being a regular customer, maybe you don't think you have to strap up if you're constantly hitting up on the same dude. Anyways, I don't know what that means, but outside of the industry, most girls, most normal girls, I can say this honestly, most normal girls don't like to use them. They don't want to use them. And that's very, very, that's a thing in the Philippines that a lot of guys who will go there will eventually have to find out the hard way. Unless they're already dirty and they just don't know how to use them in the first place. Maybe they put the shit on backwards, it don't work. It's very ineffective. But you do have a chosen few that go against the grain and choose not to use them. So in my situation, I ended up having to cut it off simply because, I'm not about to go into battle without protecting myself. And I don't think any man should. But in that particular moment, it opened my eyes. Again, I was young. I was naive at the time. I wasn't really under the assumption of what I thought she might be trying to do. I didn't actually think in the back of my mind, oh, this chick trying to trap me. That wasn't the first thing that came to mind. But later on down the line, I did find out that she ended up having a baby with a foreigner. I don't need to get into what race this foreigner was. I don't need to get into the details of it. All I know is I came across her Facebook page many moons later. Come to find out, she is now a mother to a child that is half Filipino and half foreign. So only in that situation did it dawn on me that maybe even back then she was trying to trap your boy. She was trying to actually potentially pin or trying to have this foreign child with me. And I'm like, I dodged a bullet. And only then did it serve as a wake-up call for myself, and only did it serve as a wake-up call for me to be able to share this story with you, especially something out in public or something where I can actually share it on my platform, because I think it really does set a narrative and a trend that I feel your average foreigner needs to be aware of, guys. This shit does exist. There are Filipinas who will have, or at least attempt to have, a foreign child at all costs. Now, I ain't trying to trigger these hoes, okay? I'm not trying to trigger anybody and get you guys to think, oh, well, all these foreigners think that all these Filipino women just want foreign babies from them. We don't want their babies. We don't want their kids. Because you know there's going to be somebody in my comment section. I'm going to clarify and note that right now. You say it right now. 10 minutes, 40 seconds in, Doc mentions that there's going to be somebody in the comment section talk about how Filipinas don't all want foreign babies with foreign men. Whatever the fuck you ever say to me, it's fine. You can share in your opinion. You can share whatever you believe to be accurate. I truly don't give a fuck. All I am saying is that I have noticed that there are some women that will opt to do whatever it is that they can to attempt to have a foreign child. Whether it's to have bragging points, whether it's to try to pin a child on a foreigner, whether it's to do whatever purpose it serves them, because it kills me. Because sometimes it really isn't about the money. I don't know. I guess it depends on the type of woman you're dealing with, but the mentality and the purpose and the focus and what really drives certain women to have these particular thoughts in reference to having a foreign child, or what it believes, the type of status it could bring to them, or whatever they believe it could bring to them as the Filipino mother to a half-breed child. I don't know what it means to them, but I can honestly tell you this. I've seen it firsthand, and I've seen what it can do. Okay? So it's not as if I don't understand what it means to most of them to have a child that is half foreign, half Filipino. I will use my half sister as an example. That child looks nothing like any of her classmates. That child looks nothing like anybody in the barangay or wherever she's living at. I ain't gonna tell you her location, but she looks nothing like any of the kids in her area. So she gets a lot of looks, she gets a lot of stares. She gets a lot of questions. The mothers of these children asking, "Oh, she's so beautiful. Like, what is she mixed with? Is she, Nigerian and this, that, and the other?" They'll ask questions, and her mother will tell her straight up, "No, she's just, Black American and, Filipino." And, they'll be like, "Oh, wow, she's so beautiful. Like, look at her hair. She's got this pretty curly hair and shit." I mean, so I'm not overlooking the fact that I know exactly the type of reaction most Filipino mothers will likely get with a child that they have that is half foreign. I seen it firsthand. Like, they ask the questions because it's just like I don't want to call it this, because I don't want to make this assume like I'm connecting this to my baby sister, but it's kind of like a novelty piece, Have you ever like wanted to go out and you got something in like your collection? Let's say you're a collector and you got something rare that's in your collection, and everybody's just in awe over whatever it is that you collected that is rare. They're like, "Yo, where'd you get that from?" Like, "Yo, that's nice, man. Shit, that's it. How many of those do they have in the world or some shit?" When you have these rare collectibles, honestly, I kind of feel like Filipino mothers treat their half-breed children like rare collectibles. And I'm not saying it to be funny. I'm just saying it to be real. But I'm also saying it to provide a narrative that I want you guys to understand. Sometimes Filipinos will try at any cost to have a half-breed child. Again, I can't sit here and tell you what purpose it serves to them. Sometimes it's a cash grab, money grab. But even then, the way the child support system is set up, like I told you guys in the video, man, that foreigner could go to a whole nother island and you never know that man is even back in the Philippines. I mean, especially if you don't even know his real name, you got a picture of him or whatever, you can't tell where that man's going to be. So it's not as if you could tag that child for money or tag that man for money. I mean, whatever the purpose it may serve, guys, I'm just being honest with you. I can sit there and tell you that we have to be open and honest with ourselves. I'm not saying that all Filipinos are looking to have foreign children or have foreign children. That's stupid. That is dumb. That is the dumbest thing anybody can say. But I wouldn't put it past a chosen few, probably more than a chosen few, to at least think about what it would be like to A, be dating a foreigner, be with a foreigner, and B, have foreign children with these types of men because of the status symbol. I'm going to go ahead and say it. The status symbol it could bring amongst their community. Now, if you're living in a place where it's common for foreigners and Filipinas to mate and have half-breed children and all that shit, it ain't gonna make no never mind. But if you find yourself in a situation or a place where it's rare to see something like that, trust me, it does a lot for your status in the community. If there's one thing I know about Filipinos in general, they love to talk. They call it cheese whiz. No, I'm sorry, chismis. They call it chismis. You know, the gossip, like, oh my God, have you seen so-and-so's baby? They'll talk shit about your child too. Don't get me wrong. They ain't gonna always say positive things. If they think your child is ugly, they'll talk negative if they tell people how ugly they think your child is. But, you know, for most of a foreign and Filipino child mix, most of them will probably have more positive than negative things to say about the child. So I wouldn't put it past anybody, Filipinos included, to want to have children that resemble, half breed. Just gonna be honest. To be and let me further note this. Let me further note this. I don't know if you guys said it in the chat, but let Doc go ahead and really, really throw this your way. All right, because Doc is a real one. Most of your famous Philippine artistas, I talked about the artistas earlier on this week too, but most of your famous artistas are half breed. I can name a few off the top of my head. There's Bea Alonzo. You guys might not know the names I'm throwing out, but if you want to Google search them, please feel free to do so. Bea Alonzo, she's half, I want to say British and half Filipino. The lady Katrina, what's her face's name? The Katrina chick that won the Miss Universe, she's a half breed. The chick that won the Universe before her, I think she was a half breed too. Who was that? Before Katrina, who was Katrina Gray or Catriona, not Katrina, Catriona Gray? Who was the person that won the thing before Miss Universe before Catriona? She was half too. So if you think about it out loud, having half breed children kind of puts your child in a category wherein she is viewed upon as beautiful. And you know what I love most about Filipinos, you could be 1/4, 1/10 of a Filipino and they'll claim all of you. I'll tell you the truth. If there's one thing that I noticed about Filipinos, they will claim all of you. You might not have but a little bit of Filipino blood in you, but they'll take all of you. Right. Okay, John, you bring up a great point. Will Dasovich and his sister, half Filipino and half American. I think the dad is American too. So you look at the most famous Filipinos in the world, and the majority, I'm not going to say all, but the majority of them are most of the majority of them are famous or half breeds. Shout out to my Rand Raphael Williams. Don't be playing with the babies. Don't be calling them ugly. Shit. Nobody want no ugly children. And I think that having half breed for children kind of, you know what? Can I say this honestly? This is gonna sound effed up. But do you guys believe that? Do you guys believe that most of these Filipinas opt or desire to have these half-breed Filipino children because they believe that the chances of that child coming out looking ugly is slim to none? Yep, John Erwin Husaf and his sister too, Solène Husif, they're French and Filipino. Yes, so your most famous people on planet Earth that are Filipino are always half. I can't think of one super duper famous Filipino that is pure. Now, again, if you guys want to go into the ain't no such thing as pure Filipino, some of them got Chinese or Spanish blood in them, blah 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 blah. No, I'm talking about somebody who is Filipino and half of foreign something else. Your average Filipino that is famous, 99, I would say 90% of them are half breed. The most famous ones, Bea Alonzo. I said, John, you said Solène and Erwin Husef. You said Will Dasovich and his sister. Damn, there's the Catriona Gray I mentioned, and there's so many more, guys. There are so many more. This shit here means something different. This shit hits different for me. So the Filipina trap is there. Somebody said, yo, don't be surprised. Somebody commented on my video. They were like, yo, don't be surprised if they be pulling condoms out of the trash can to try. It's crazy, man. The length that some will go to. I'm not saying it's all of them, guys. I'm not saying that it's all of them. But if you can produce a child that has potential to be famous or potential to be good looking on television, you're going to try your best to give that child every opportunity that they can to become famous. You think I'm joking? You think I'm playing? Doc is about as real as they come right now, because there is nothing more valuable, and I kid you not, and I dare any one of you motherfuckers to tell me otherwise. There is nothing more valuable than a half-breed child in the Philippines. Am I right or wrong? Mike, you're right. Bruno Mars as well. I think Hawaiian and some other shit. Yeah, I forgot. So tell me right now. Tell me if there's anything more valuable than a half-breed child in the Philippines. Tell me, somebody. Tell me if there's anything more valuable. I just don't think it, man. Who is Tim? Who is Tim Cass? I don't know who the hell that is. Bro, your boy always needs to step his game up, man. But hey, like I said, man, if you guys think that I do this to try to garnish all of that shit, it would be nice, but I do this shit because I want to, bro. I don't think Manny Pacquiao is half. He just spent a lot of time in the US, and out of all, like I said, out of all of the ones that I mentioned, Manny Pacquiao is probably the most famous pure Filipino on planet Earth. I don't see anybody being more famous than him. I just don't. I don't see anybody pure Filipino wise doing more numbers and making, or is more famous than Manny Pacquiao that is pure Filipino. My man says they hit the lotto when they have kids that are half foreign. You bet your ass they do, bruh. You bet they ass they do. There is nothing more valuable. There is no more valuable commodity than a half foreign child. So again, if y'all want to come here and y'all want to experience the real, that's all Doc can give you, man. Having Filipino babies, having half-breed Filipino babies by foreigners is the new hustle. That's what it seems like, man. Shout out to my man, Mr. Wonderful, man. I hope you're doing well, my G. But yeah, there is no more valuable. Like I said, the new hustle is having these half-breed babies, bro. Y'all sitting there thinking I'm playing, but I'm giving y'all the realest from Jump Street, man. It is. John, you say your girl's been asking you for a child for a long time now. That's because she understands the value, ladies and gentlemen. She ain't crazy. She knows what it brings to the table, what having a half-breed child brings to the table. I don't care how you slice it, ladies and gentlemen. Y'all can look at me crazy if you want to. I just do what I do, and I do it, and I say it in a way in which people are either going to expect it, respect it, or neglect it. You can expect it, neglect it, or respect it. All I'm gonna sit there and tell you is what's real. This is what I've seen with my own eyes. All right. Nothing more valuable on planet Earth in the Philippines than a half-breed child. Because if you look at it, history has shown that over time, half-breed Filipinos go on to do pretty well in the country, depending on, their upbringing, depending on what they've gone through in the country, depending on, like I said, their upbringing more specifically. That really hits a high note. Upbringing. Most of the time, and this is where things get crazy, guys. This is where things get crazy and things get real. So just hold on for this wild ride, ladies and gentlemen. Heaven forbid that the mother actually has another child with a Filipino guy and then gets pregnant by a foreigner and has a half-breed child. They're probably going to spoil the hell out of the half-breed child and probably neglect the older one. Again, trigger points are happening, ladies and gentlemen. Let's talk about the real. If that woman has two children, one that is just pure Filipino, she ended up mating with a Filipino guy having a child, and then she happens to get with a foreigner and have a half-breed child, please believe that half-breed child gonna be treated a whole lot better than that child that is pure Filipino. I'm sorry to tell you, ladies and gentlemen, that child will no longer get any of the mother's attention. Likely. Sorry. Just gonna be honest. Because again, they treat these motherfuckers like high value commodities, ladies and gentlemen. They're gonna breed that child from the time it is born to the time that it actually ages into something where they can actually be something. And trust me, they're gonna put them in front of a microphone. They're gonna put them in front of somebody that can actually get them to the next level. They're gonna put them somewhere and put him in the next level. Y'all, Kim Jong Barack, you think I'm joking? I know it's trigger, man. I'm sorry. That's a cold game. Y'all think I'm playing. Y'all think I'm joking. It's a cold game out there, ladies and gentlemen. It ain't right. It's not right, but it is okay. Because that's just what we got to do. And that's just the way that it is, man. It's fucked up. And for me to tell you otherwise would be uncivilized. For me to sit there and try to promote a narrative that is not true, for you to sit there and think that a foreign child is going to get the same preferential treatment as the average Filipino child, you have lost your mind. Then you wonder why some, not all, I say some Filipinos will try to get a foreign baby at all costs. And the ones that go against the grain and the ones that tell you otherwise are otherwise lying to themselves. And that's why your boy got 50 people in the building right now. Shout out to all 50 of y'all coming through and showing love to the good doc. Yo, y'all make sure y'all get the likes up for the boy, man. Like I said, I'm doing this by myself, man. I'm trying to give you guys content that is meaningful to myself. If you guys are enjoying what you like, by all means, y'all get the likes up for the boy. If you appreciate the content, man, I would appreciate a like. You guys want to support the channel, please feel free to do so. But of course, I am happy and blessed you choose to come through. Spend a little bit of time with me today. Now you're done. Y'all take a snapshot of it, baby. We got 50 in the building. Because I think y'all understand where I'm coming from. And even if you're just coming into the building, ladies and gentlemen, I'm just being honest with my crowd. You can always catch the replay. This will probably be one that I'll keep up for a little bit, but it'll probably disappear probably after a week. But there is a such thing as the trap. Sometimes foreigners willingly fall for the trap. Sometimes foreigners willingly provide the necessary equipment and they provide what is necessary to produce the half-breed child. And some are willing to just walk away from it. Some Filipinos, like I said, everybody's mode and everybody's motivation in this particular situation is different. Sometimes the Filipino just wants the child. Sometimes it's a cash grab, money grab. It could be any of the two and probably a couple of other reasons why. All I'm trying to tell you is this, ladies and gentlemen. Don't overlook the fact that a half-breed child is a high-value commodity in the country. I think a lot of people don't understand that part. Oh, you know, Mike love the kids, man. I'm all for my babies and shit, man. Like I said, I'll rock for them and I'll do what I can to do what I do. I'm just glad and blessed. I truly am. Dude, there could have been 100 times when your boy could have got caught up. 1,000,000 times where your boy could have got caught up slipping. I told you in the video, man, don't get it twisted. I've had my fair share of, you got me pregnant type of shit on me. Most of the time I laugh it off because I'm like, yo, man, I kind of know how to use condoms. So explain to me how that is supposed to work. We do what we do best, ladies and gentlemen. We do what we do best, man. Like I said, they only want the pretty kids. And yo, you know what's funny though? You know what's hella funny though? Larnie, you said something funny. You said no one's gonna knock you because you're not handsome. Larnie, let me tell you something. Even the ugliest motherfucking foreigner on the planet could probably produce a pretty looking half-breed baby. Even the ugliest foreigner on planet Earth could probably produce a beautiful half-breed child. I want y'all to note that too. Even the dustiest, crustiest, ugliest man on God's green earth could produce a beautiful half-breed child. It just depends on who you're mating with, ladies and gentlemen. That's all that matters. That motherfucker could be toothless. He could be hairless. He could be baldless. He could look like me. Yo, if you mix me in the mean one, I used to tell myself all the time, I said, if my baby comes out looking more like my young lady than it does me, I said, my baby's going to be the prettiest thing on planet Earth. I used to say that shit for fun. But I mean it sometimes. I'm like, look, man, It depends on the traits that the child gets from either the mother or the father, but you could be a crusty, dusty looking individual. And sometimes Filipinas will be willing to sleep with your ass. How fucked up is that? Filipinas will be willing to sleep with your crusty, dusty ass just to have a foreign child. Again, it just depends on their level of disparity. It depends on their access to certain foreigners, too. Let me note that, too. Sometimes it does depend on the access that they have to certain foreigners. If your only access is to a dusty, crusty motherfucker on planet Earth, ladies and gentlemen, don't put it past them. Don't put it past them if that shit goes the way that it does. All right. Don't put it past them, man. My man Tyreek Campbell was good. He says ugly guys are in the band there. Looks like I found my new home. Oh yeah. You show up, man. Look, all you have to do is put yourself in the right position at the right time. Shout out to my brother Robert Morris. My man said, for all my half-breed kids to Uncle Dr. Mike. I'm telling you, man, y'all know Mike love the kids, man. Mike love them little bastards, man. Them little crumb snatchers. I love them all, man. It's just crazy. It's just crazy the circumstances or the willingness for certain people to put up with and or lay down with in order to get this high value commodity. Because likely, I'm not saying that it will, but there's a high probability that child's going to come out beautiful. It's very rare. I'm not saying that it doesn't happen, but I will say that it is extremely rare. It is extremely rare for a foreigner and a Filipina to have an ugly child. You say Mike's throwing subliminals. Of course not. Terry Edwards, how dare you think of me in such a way? Shit, you could be 150 fucking years old and mate with a nice little young Filipina and make some babies. If you want a subliminal, you could be an old, crusty, dusty motherfucker and create a beautiful child with a Filipina. If you want one, I don't know, maybe vasectomies will stop you from doing shit like that. But for the most part, I think that overall, you're pretty much going to be able to produce a decent looking child at best. At best. Yo, you're going to produce a decent looking child. A child that will probably have favor in the country. You dig? Let that child be raised there. Yo, I tell you the truth, man. I used to watch these shows, right? With them like Philippine talent shows or like Filipino Big Brother or some shit like that. They'll bring in kids who grew up in the United States, don't know a lick of Filipino, but because they have breed, they bring their ass over here and try to make a career. And most of them are able to do it. Matter of fact, let me shout out some more. So John, you mentioned Erwin Husaf and Celine Husaf, Will Dasovich and his sister. There's Sam Milby. There's Bea Alonzo. There's God dang it, what is that bitch's name off the top of my head? Her name is Jessie Manjola. Dude, I can name at least 20 of these motherfuckers that have created magnificent, wonderful, beautiful careers based off of their looks. Now, again, they might have all went to acting school and stuff like that. But going back to Sam Milby, Sam Milby, if you guys know who that is, I think he is now dating Catriona Gray. Don't get me twisted. I don't know too much about celebrity news. I'm just getting into that game. But Sam Milby grew up in Ohio, and all this motherfucker ever did talk about was growing up in a place where he didn't fit in because he was too brown to be white and he was too light to be black. So he didn't fit in with any community. He was just known as the little brown boy. Like, that's what he used to say about himself back in the day. Came to the Philippines and shot through the fucking roof. You want to know why? Because that little brown boy, whatever he wanted to call himself, was a good-looking dude in the Philippines. And people ate that shit up. He didn't even speak a lick of Filipino. Even Ann Curtis. Oh, my God. How could I forget Ann Curtis? Ann Curtis came to the Philippines not knowing how to speak any Tagalog either. She learned over time. And look at her. She's one of the biggest superstars in the country. That half-breed shit means something. She got a sister named Jasmine Curtis Smith. Her career ain't really shit. But, yo, I'm telling you, these half-breeds can create magic for themselves in the Philippines. Don't overlook yourself, family. Don't ever sell yourself short. Don't ever sell yourself short. Like I said, if you want a valued commodity, there's nothing better than a half-breed child. And there's easier ways to get it. Like I said, there's very easy ways to get it. You want to know how it starts and where it starts, ladies and gentlemen? If they're not working in the industry, that's how they catch your asses online. How to Catch a Predator. You remember that show? How to catch a foreign baby daddy. Yo, just open up an online dating site account. Duh. Ain't nothing. There's nothing you can't do it. I don't know, man. I'm just me, and maybe I'm wrong. Maybe I don't know anything. Maybe I'm just a foreigner talking out the side of his neck, just a motherfucker who doesn't know anything about nothing. All I know is that half breed children have favor. Lucas, you said you don't believe that I had sex, that you have had sex without a condom. Of course I haven't. When I first started in the industry, when I first started in the game, of course not. Your boy wrapped it up all the time, man. I was scared because I ain't want no damn kids. So of course I wrapped it up. All right. Now I'm not gonna get into my sexual explorations later on in my life, because again, that's kind of something that I think a man should keep to himself. That's not something you really brag about. But yeah, when I was in this game, I strapped up 100% of the time. Psh, ain't no side. Hey, Mike just wasn't ready for no babies, and that was the first thing that came to mind. I wasn't worried so much about diseases and shit. I'll be honest with you. I wasn't worried about that. I was worried about knocking some bitch up, because again, I did not know how to direct myself without protecting myself. I did not know how to direct myself without protecting myself. That's why, as far as I know, 10 years in the game, your boy squeaky clean. I ain't got no baggage when I'm in a relationship with the mean one, which means something to me. Because what type of guy wants to bring a fucking, well, this is different. I mean, I don't want to be the one bringing baggage into the relationship. If I don't want my Filipina doing it, I don't want to do it either. I just don't think that's fair. Now, for you guys that have been in relationships in the US or in your foreign country, respect. All right, guys, let's keep it a whole stack, man. You guys were probably creating families and doing things like that before you decided to want to date overseas. But you guys got to remember, that's where my life started. Right after high school, ladies and gentlemen, moved to the Philippines. So imagine I'm 17 years old. This is where I grew up. So I don't think it would be fair for me, being the foreign Jermaine, to bring any baggage to the relationship. Being a young foreigner that grew up in the country, who grew up around the culture, who grew up around these people, and understand the values of family and understand the values of being in certain solid, solidified relationships, having this fun in between time, in the meantime. I understand the value of, yo, man, I'm not going to be the one to bring any baggage to the relationship. If I'm going to expect my young lady not to bring any baggage to the relationship, I feel like I've got to be the one to do that too. Again, that's just me. Okay, that's just me in the way that I was raised, in the cloth that I'm cut from. Okay, so it has nothing to do with you. I understand a lot of you guys are in what would be known as the second act, maybe even the third act in your life. So you might have had children before or prior, but I'm telling you, there will be probably no valued commodity more than that half breed child. Just gonna be honest with you. People look at half breed children differently. People view half breed children differently. They praise half breed children differently. They value and put more stock into half breed children. That's all I'm gonna tell you. You ain't gotta like it. You just gotta respect it. That's all I'm gonna say. Yes, sincerely, most are half and half. Again, we could get into the whole idea. Well, all Filipinos probably have some Spanish in them, or the majority of them have some type of mix in them, Chinese, whatever it may be. I get that, but we're talking about those that have been in relationships that are not strictly okay. This is a foreign child. This is a Filipino native child. I mean, if you put the two and two together, the one that stands out the most, that rare breed, like my man said, they treat motherfucking half breed children like Pokemon cards. Yeah, I thought that was funny. I read that comment earlier, bro. I think my man Liam Johnson said that shit. Bro, it was funny because it's true. They treat half breed children so much differently here, man. And I mean, it even made me want to get one. I'm like, shit, some girl asked me to volunteer my sperm for that. I tell you the truth. I don't know why. I'm not bragging. This ain't a bragging point, but I've had girls who be on my ass talking about, yo, I said, you don't have to take care of the child. I just want the child. I just think we'll make beautiful children. I'm like, what? And I never understood it because, at the time, I just wasn't thinking like that. And again, I'm not patting myself on the back. This ain't a bragging point. This ain't a brownie point. It's just kind of scary because now every single time you try to hook up with a young lady that has already made it known to you that she's trying to get a child out of you, unless you got a vasectomy or you snipped and you can't have children, period, chances are she will probably go to any length to get that nut. Let me say it again. She will go to any length to get the nut, to get the sperm, to get what she needs to be the mother of a half breed child. Sometimes you may know about it, sometimes you may not. Sometimes it's a surprise. Like, oh, surprise, bitch, this your baby. And you be thinking to yourself how it happened, which is why I encourage you guys to flush all condoms. Just flush them, flush them, flush them, flush them. Don't throw them in the trash. Flush them, flush them, flush them, flush them. I don't care if you mess up the septic tank system or not. Flush them, flush them, flush them, flush them. Flush it. Please flush it. Flush it. Flush it. Flush it. Just get it out of the way. Get it out of the room. Get it somewhere. I don't care if you ball it up and put it in your pocket. Sound like some nasty shit. But if you get a paper towel, ball that bitch up, or like some tissue paper in the bathroom, ball that bitch up, put it in your pocket, keep it pushing, keep it moving. I'm telling you, that's the only way this is going to work, ladies and gentlemen. That is the only way. If you're trying to keep your shit from, getting into the wrong hands, that's the only way it's going to work. All right. So you got to protect yourself at all costs. I say flush them, flush them, flush them, flush them, flush them. If you can't flush them, ball it up, put it in your pocket, keep it going. All right. I can't be the one. And I don't think you should be the one either. I don't think you should be looking for that to ever come about, unless it's something that you want. Unless this is something that you ask for, don't come looking for it, man. It's not worth it. My man, Overrated Red Pill, bro. Yo, you talk about half-breed babies. They love them little motherfuckers in this country, man. They love them. They love them. They love these kids. They love these half-breed babies. And there's nothing wrong with that, bro. There's nothing wrong with it. All I'm trying to say is don't be surprised by the trap. When Filipinas try to get a foreign baby out of you at all costs. The reason why I say at all costs is because you can't sit here and predict what her purpose is for wanting that child. I can't sit here and predict what it might be the purpose of her having that child. At least for the mean one, I think that the purpose of her wanting to be the mother of my children is because we just been together for a while. So that would be the purpose. Like, yeah, I want something that we could call our own. That's fair. But for somebody you just met yesterday, or somebody you just met a month ago, or somebody you just met an hour ago, or for somebody you just started talking to online, the reason or purpose for her wanting to get with you consensually and not using any type of protection, you got to think in the back of your head, what in the hell is this chick's purpose? You could smash and be like, well, she wanted the baby, so I'm going to give her the baby. I'm just giving her what she asked for. But she better not look for me to do anything else, because all I'm here to do is give the baby, because a lot of you broke dumbass foreigners, that's all y'all good for anyways. Again, I was broke. I already knew my truth from Jump Street. I knew my truth. There was just no way in this world I was going to be able to take care of a child. Luckily, I come from a family that has means. My daddy did pretty well, so it's not as if that child wouldn't be taken care of, but you kind of want to be the one to take care of your child. You don't want your daddy taking care of your child. If I had a kid while I was in college, that's what I meant. You don't want your family to be the one to have to take care of something that you helped to produce. But since you helped to produce it, let's be honest, if you can't stay the baby mama, you and her get into an argument, you get into a disagreement. Oh my God, can you imagine if that woman tried to use that child against you the same way that most women in the United States try to do? Try to use that woman or try to use that child against you. Like, oh, you want to act up with me? You don't want to fuck with me no more? Then you ain't going to be able to fuck with your child. You ain't going to be able to see your child. Oh my God, I will probably have to kill a bitch that day. He probably had to kill a bitch that day. I'm just gonna keep it a whole stack and a half. That bitch probably wouldn't make it through dinner. Just gonna be honest with you. I don't play that game. You ain't about to take what belongs to me. It's just not gonna happen. But again, just saying things out loud because I feel like these are things that are noteworthy. My man Terry Edwards says you got to leave behind a legacy. He said 4 kids is a good start. Yeah, because out of the 4, you're probably gonna have 2 that'll be fucked up. Probably 2 of them gonna be fucked up. So you probably gonna have 2 that are good or probably 2 that are bad. So I mean, I'll take it. I mean, hell, 50-50 is better than 100% badass children. So again, guys, I just want to bring the narrative to the table, guys. I don't want you to overlook or overthink the simple fact that there are specific reasons as to why certain women choose to have kids or choose to opt to have foreign children with foreign men. I do not know their motive at all times, okay? I'm not going to sit here and act as if I do. But what I will say and what I will contest to and what I dare somebody to sit there and try to fight me over is the simple fact that having a child that is half foreign is a talking point. It's a conversation piece. It's kind of sad. It's that rare novelty piece that you have in the house that when people walk by it and see it in the house, they're like, "Ooh, what's that?" You know, it's fucked up, but it's true. It's like that. Oh, what is that? That's kind of nice. Like it fits the vibe around here, man. It's just different. It's weird, but it all hits the same, ladies and gentlemen. My man, Mr. Red Pill said he's got a homeboy that is a trucker that makes good money. Went to vacation in the Philippines. The girl he was dealing with took the damn sperm out the condom, and now he got to go back and forth and send money. Flush it. Put it in your pocket and go home. Flush it. Put it in your pocket and go home. Yes. Shout out to my man Cal Winston. I see you, baby. Yes, you got to stay in your lane, ladies and gentlemen, and look for middle to upper middle class Filipinas, man. You try to go famous or you try to go super rich, that ain't going to help you. If you try to go to the lower educational realm, not going to help you either. Because again, ooh, they could try to trap you. The trap, the thirst trap. It exists, ladies and gentlemen. If you want to keep playing this game with me acting like you brand new, then you really don't know what you're getting yourself into. Doc is trying to set the stage for you on what you need to do. Flush the condom. Flush that son of a bitch. Just flush it. Flush it. Do yourself a favor and flush it. If you're not going to take it with you and dispose of it yourself, flush it. Don't give that woman an opportunity to do anything with it. And again, don't ever get it twisted, ladies and gentlemen. I'm not just saying that women from lower class communities are the only ones that do this. No, 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 no. Women from any community could do this one. It depends on their level of disparity. Let me say it again. It depends on the level of disparity and how much or how willing they're going there or how much and how much willing they're willing to go through in order to get this child. Play with me like you want to, man. But I'm gonna tell you the truth and I'm gonna give you the real. You don't have to like it, but you damn sure gonna respect this one. My man Terry Edwards says, Doc, you can rent the half-breed kids out for extra income. Yo, man, I can't be pimp. Well, actually, I could pimp my children. That's gonna sound fucked up. But yeah, you could make extra income off of half-breed babies. I'm sorry, man. My man Mr. Wonderful said, Plan B like Candy or the pull-out game like Kobe. You have choices. You do. You do. You definitely have choices, man. Your pull-out game got to be strong. I say just strap up, man. Just strap up. It's so much better. Joshua, that's a great point. There is a version of Plan B, bro. I know it exists because I know a girl that asked me for it. So yeah, there's a version of it. I just don't remember the name of it. I'm sorry. But there is a version of Plan B that does exist in the Philippines. I just don't remember what it is. But they have birth control there, of course. So, that's something too. My man Kim Jumper Rock says, are foreigners allowed to travel to Manila right now? Yeah, you can probably get your visa. You got to get your visa before you travel, though. You got to get it all taken care of. All of your paperwork has to be done before you set foot in the country. Go to the PhilippineAirlines.com website. It'll tell you all the paperwork you need in order to get into the country. Best thing I could tell you. My man, Mr. Red Pill says, I'm telling you, a baby mama would give you a criminal record. They know how to push your buttons. Real shit. I'd be done choke the shit out of a bitch. Y'all think I'm playing? I tell you the truth. Yo, don't that's why I'm glad that I was able to avoid it, man. Cause your boy, man, don't play with my children, bro. If I have a child with you when you try to use that son of a bitch against me, oh, you gonna be in trouble. You fucking with the wrong one. Look, my uncle's a judge. My Philippine uncle is a judge. So I'm straight. Don't play with me. Do not play with me. I got people in high places. I don't talk about that shit because it doesn't do me any favors to brag about having people in high places in the Philippines. But I've lived there for quite a long time and I've pretty much networked my way throughout that country. So if a bitch want to try to play me with some, oh, you ain't gonna see your kid type shit. She done lost her damn mind. That's all I'm gonna tell you. But again, guys, don't you dare under any circumstances let that happen. So 43 in the building, man. I appreciate all 43 of y'all coming through, showing love to the good doc, man. Y'all make sure y'all get the likes up. Y'all make sure y'all caress, molest, and distress yourself all over that like button. It wants it, it needs it, most definitely has to have it. You guys want to support the good doc and all his future endeavors because your boy is about to go on a journey. I don't know where this journey is going to take me, but I want y'all along for the ride, ladies and gentlemen. We about to take a journey through some real interesting topics and conversations, okay? So if y'all want to be along for the ride, you guys want to support the system, please feel free to do so. But of course, I am happy and blessed you choose to come through, spend a little bit of time with your boy today. Now you and then. Shout out to my man, The Last Samurai. He was like, yo, bro, you need to step up your content. Although I have no idea who Timcast is. Who the fuck is Timcast? I don't know. I don't know the channel. But if that man got 37,000 people watching him, big congratulations to that man. That man doing numbers. Your boy's over here in his little pocket in the world, and I'm glad. See, a lot of people think that Doc wants to be famous. Like, I love what I do on YouTube, but I don't like a lot of attention. Like that super, super duper attention. I don't want it. I don't need it. I don't look for it. I kind of operate low key for a reason, like my little sector, my little corner of the world. I like my little 4,000 plus subscribers over here in the corner. We do very well over here. I'm actually happy and complacent. Like I said, I will grow. If God has it in my plan to grow, I will grow as I need to grow. I'm not going to sit there and force suppress the issue. So if somebody's outdoing me, good for them. I'm just going to stay in my lane and do my own thing. If I go any way out my way, then I feel like I'm selling the fuck out. So unfortunately, I'm just going to have to be that guy in the corner. All right. Doc's going to be that guy in the corner of the world, just killing it with the best content that anybody could ever come up with, but just a minimal number of, how can I say this, subscribers. And I'm cool with that. I'll take my L every day of the week. If you put me against somebody in comparisons and you see, oh, well, this person's getting X amount of super chats. Oh, this person is getting X amount of views on the video. Oh, this, that, and the other. I said, okay, good for them. There's nothing I could do about that. I can't help what everybody else is doing, what they're doing. I mean, that is what it is. And for the 6 people that actually dislike this video, thank you. If there's more that dislike this video, thank you in advance. Again, I don't care how you feel. Fuck your feelings. But I do want you to feel something. You dig? That's what I want you to understand. Whether you like or dislike my content, I just want you to feel something. So if you want to put a dislike on the video, hell, that's warranted because it's an impression, it's an effect. So you're sharing an emotional feeling towards my content, an emotional feeling about the way in which I'm approaching the content. So as long as you have an opinion, your opinion will always be warranted. Or I'm not warranted, but I'll say it'll always be accepted because clearly I could give a fuck how you really feel. I'm just allowing you to, express your like or dislike or distaste for the content that I put out. I still love you regardless. You understand that? I still love you regardless. My channel doesn't exist without the people who help run the show. So y'all help keep me going. As long as you show up, I'm gonna continue to show out. Remember that. Let's see. Oh man, Rain Man, not the wire clothes hanger, brother. They've got actual pills for that, but I remember those days. That's tough. I know a lot of girls. Ooh, I know a story, bro. I know a story. This is sad to me. I'm gonna share it briefly because I think it's noteworthy. Guys, don't do the wire coat hanger shit. Just don't. Don't let your woman do that shit to herself. I knew a girl that tried to do that to herself, and that child was stillborn, and that child, it was bad. She fucked that child up, and it was not fair. You understand? It was fucked up. So I don't know who the baby daddy was. It wasn't a foreigner, of course. All I know is that she tried to do that, but the child was still born, and I think it lived for maybe a couple of years before, and ended up passing. But don't do that wire hanger shit. Just don't, because I've seen the result of it if it don't work, and it's bad. It's all bad, guys. It's all bad, and it's seeing it in your face scared the hell out of you. Like, yo, that child just didn't come out right. It came out with all kinds of issues. It was bad. It was just, I can't even imagine. I'm just glad that child suffering had finally ended. That's all I can tell you. San Juan, tell him, bro, we don't want no more statistics, bro. No more statistics. I mean, Mr. Wonderful slap a bitch with baby powder in the hand. I'm telling you, bitch, you think you playing with the wrong one. Don't play me with that shit. That I'm gonna hold your child up over you type shit. That's how you get your feelings hurt. Yep, I did know that Overstay Road made it back to the Philippines. Good for him. For sure, for sure. Reginald, bro, I tell him all the time, man. Doc don't like being in the foreground. Y'all don't understand. I hate fame. I just want the money. Fuck fame. I don't want nobody to know about me. I don't want nobody to know about the money I make. Do you know how many girls come around right now just because I have a couple of subscribers on YouTube? They think I'm famous. I told y'all the story. Yo, you got girls coming around here thinking that I'm actually about some shit. Like I'm actually worth some shit. I got a little bit of YouTube fame. All of a sudden, you get chicks in your inbox and stuff like that. It don't work for me. It don't work for your boy. So I would rather operate under the radar every single time. All right. Don't ever look at me and be like, I mean, some people ask me the question, Doc, how come your channel isn't bigger than what it is? Truth be told, I don't know, man. I don't know. All I know is that every day, whenever I put out content, I make sure I put out something that I can put my stamp on and something that is meaningful to me, ladies and gentlemen. Outside of that, I don't know. I can't be any more than what I am right now. I'm not here to draw too much attention to myself. I'm here to just talk my shit and keep it pushing. And I have fun doing it. If people figure out that, I mean, if people find my channel, you guys share my videos, or people figure out that I really am the shits and that I'm with the shits, okay, then. I don't need to go out there and tell people why they should come and look at my channel. I mean, I kind of hope my content would speak for itself. And if it doesn't, to each their own. I'm just going to have to continue to rock the way that I do. Because if there's one thing I refuse to do, I refuse to pay for subscribers. Have you ever had, I don't know what it is, man. For anybody who's ever done YouTube, have you ever had people email you about, yo, I can get your subscriber count up 1,000. Yo, I can get you like 500 extra views on videos and stuff. Yo, you just buy this package for like $5. I don't know, man. It must be a YouTube thing. I don't know if there's anybody randomly that's ever sent you messages, but I get those messages a lot. And then it made me think, I'm like, yo, half of these YouTubers, let me say this out loud real quick because this is where shit gets real for me and my whole existence on YouTube. After reading these emails for people telling me that they can help me get my subscriber count up, we're gonna get you 1,000, 2,000 subscribers on a $5 package, and we're gonna get your views up on videos. We're gonna take care of you. We're gonna get you some impressions and shit. It made me realize the popularity, or the actual authentic popularity, of the majority of your favorite YouTubers. Let me say that again. It really does make me think about the popularity or the authenticity of the numbers that show up on their YouTube channels. We can go into a topic of conversation of this, and this can go way left real quick, but I'm looking at all these numbers, and sometimes the numbers don't add up. That's all I'm going to tell you, man. These numbers don't really add up. So I get it. I don't really care. But all I'm going to tell you is this, man. There's some things just don't add up for me. So when your boy got 4,000, just know this is 4,000 authentic motherfucking subscribers. People who have chosen or opted to come over here because they wanted to opt and come over here and be a part of the channel. I didn't buy these people. And so if I stick to 4,000 and 4,000 is all I got, so be it, ladies and gentlemen. Doc gonna rock with his $4,000, and I'm gonna keep it pushing. Because at the end of the day, I don't need to pay nobody to be here. I don't need you to gas me up. I'm good. I can do that myself, yo. I can pat myself on the back all damn day because I do that anyways. I don't need you to do any of that. I want you guys to be here because you want to, not because you paid to be here. Because I ain't got the money. I'm broke, remember? No, I ain't got shit. I don't make enough money on YouTube. Look at my views. Look at my views. I get like 200, 300 views if I'm lucky. Maybe that'll change in the future, but right now, those are the view numbers that I get, and I'm happy and I'm complacent with the numbers, man. You got to be happy with where you stand. I just think that everybody thinks the numbers are really authentic, but some of that shit is fabricated, man. A lot of that shit is fabricated. A lot of that chick is fabrication at its best. But we ain't going there. I think a lot of people got some real. Yeah, they got some shit behind the scenes working with them. And that's cool. Like I said, we all gonna do what we do. I'm just telling you where I stand on all that shit. Cal Winston, you talk about a virgin rich Filipina. How rare is that? Man, if you could find one of those, good luck. Oh, The Last Samurai. I didn't know who Timcast was. I wasn't gonna win that battle anyways. I thought it was a Philippine vlogger, bro. I didn't know who he was. Smooth Riffs. Appreciate you guys coming through, man. Yo, this is classic season, ladies and gentlemen, and Doc's about to drop a whole bunch of that shit. My man, Mr. Red Pill said talking about scary things. I remember me and my teammates took a trip to to West Virginia. They have a whole community of brothers and sisters having kids with each. Oh no! Oh, keeping it all in the family. Pass, pass. Hey, yo, Robert, they be trying to upsell me, bro. Yo, give me 100, man. I'm gonna make that a G spot quick. Overnight. Yo, they gonna make me famous and rich. And I was almost sold too, bro. I was almost sold. They be yo, y'all would be surprised at the emails I get. Yo, I'm gonna give you 2,000 subscribers. I'm gonna give you 5,000 subscribers overnight. That shit gonna happen overnight. First of all, if that happens, who's gonna actually believe that? You dig? It's just not right. It's not right, but it is okay. But we's gonna make it anyway. All right. Oh man, they gonna try to sell. They upsell your boy, man. They be getting me. Cal Winston says it's the 12th largest country in the world by population, 110 million people. There is something for everyone. The best way to find is by staying there long term. Oh yeah, no doubt. Long term stays in the Philippines, you'll find something for you. My man says, Mike, make a pregnant gold digger video. Consider it done. I know a couple of stories that I can share, no doubt. My man Terry, Doc, you go. Hey, how you gonna tell them I paid for you, bro? Shit, now your ass got to get blocked from the channel, man. But don't tell nobody, right? Yeah, y'all all over the live stream telling y'all that I'm sorry. My content is not worth it for people to just want to show up on their own, man. My man is it Alphys Music? What's going on, man? He says literally just find your channel via U.S. troops versus Filipino police video. Oh man, that video was popping, bro. I don't even know why that video was super popular. I don't, but a lot of people did subscribe to or watched it because of that. I don't know why that video popped off. I just made it, so yeah. Cool. I'm glad you found the content. You said, I have a question. How safe do you feel as a brother in cities like Manila considering gun crime? Bro, they don't bother us. They don't bother us. You're fine. I don't know why they don't bother us. They just don't. The president of the Philippines, shout out to Rodrigo Duterte. Shout out to president of the Philippines. He don't really tolerate foreigners being fucked with. And because of that, we don't really get messed with. That's it. Best way for me to put it. SML, your check is in the mail, brother. SML, your check is officially in the mail. Just send me the PayPal link and the Cash App link. I'll show my appreciation for you being a subscriber. I forgot, man. I forgot. See, this is what happens when you don't pay people for showing up on time. You see, when people don't get their check when they supposed to get it, now everybody coming out the woodworks talking about they ain't get paid. Look, man, we strive for cash over here, man. Y'all bugging out. Y'all got me fucked up. But I appreciate it. My man says, especially the females on IG that be having like 50K to 100K followers, but only get 30 likes on a posted pictures. That shit be weak, man. I'm telling you, bro. Yo, you got people out here with 40,000 subscribers, 50,000 subscribers, but they only getting like 2,000 views on a video? That don't make no sense, B. I'm going to tell you the truth. I'm going to tell you how YouTube should operate, okay? For anybody who knows how YouTube should operate, let me lay this. This is the rule that I live by, all right? This is the rule that I live by. I live by the rule of 10%. About 10% is accurate. If you have a channel size of about 1,000 subscribers, on average, give or take, you should probably get roughly 100 views. Now, you're going to probably do better than that. I would hope so. But if you get in 10% in views in reference to the amount of subscribers you have to a channel, you're fine. I think that's a fair assessment for a fair channel that's not paying people. Yo, y'all better shut up. Y'all gonna get y'all check later. Just wait. All right. But when you're not paying people to show up to be a part of your channel, that's a fair assessment, right? 10% of views, 10% of based off of the number of subscribers you have, because you're not going to get the same amount of views that you have in subscribers. That's just a big no-no. That just don't happen. I mean, you might do better. You might have more videos that pop, like the U.S. soldier and the Philippine police video that seem to be doing very, very well. I have no idea why, but yeah, it's been doing pretty decent. Or you have videos that I'll put out, man. I might not clear 100 video, like 100 views, like the video I just did about if you catch the clap in the Philippines, take Zithromax. That video didn't go nowhere. It halted at about like 116 or some shit. So again, you have videos that do good, some videos that do bad. But on average, if you can average out 10% in views in reference to the number of subscribers you have to your channel, you should be doing pretty well. You're doing okay. That's average. Again, this is you doing you. Now, from there, you got to kind of figure out how you can either increase the numbers or whatever. But about the rule of 10% definitely works for myself. But yeah. As far as being safe, they don't really bother us. Like I said, I avoid going out at night. Like I avoid, like I said, 3 a.m. bars and stuff like that. Stay away from heavily populated areas with foreigners, dark alleys and streets and shit. I think you'll be okay. Derek, what's going on, brother? He says when she first sees you and she puts her hands on your shoulders, she is sizing your money up and producing goals. That's kind of funny. But I'm being honest, ladies and gentlemen, this is the strange world that we are living in. Okay. Yo, somebody give me a quick like to dislike counter real quick. I can't see it off the top of my head. Let me get my likes to dislikes. Because that last video I did got like 11 dislikes. I said, okay. Trigger happy motherfuckers in the building. And I guess some people don't like my content. That's fair. But I'm only going to continue to do this because I feel like it. But yeah. I always love what I do. My man says I literally just learned how prevalent gun for hire crime is in cities like Manila. I'm curious. I wouldn't focus so much on the numbers. The gun for hire crimes, bro, you only have that issue if you actually like F somebody over or if you really did something to really fuck with some people. So yeah, I don't think that's pretty much something you would have to worry about. You just got to be careful. I don't really mess around in certain places. I don't go to bars often, but that's just my personal opinion. You got to go to bars, more upscale places where you're not going to have that type of energy in the atmosphere. If you're going to go out, I wouldn't recommend staying out after a certain time. Get your ass in at a decent time. You should have some fun in the country. Like I said, president ain't going to really allow foreigners to be messed with like that. All right. So we're not so much the target for sure. So my man Terry Edwards said I got 31-8. I could live with that. What is that? About 39 total. We were upwards of about 50. I think some people just accidentally slid into the wrong chat. I think that's what happened. When I got up to 50, I think people just said, oops, I'm in the wrong building. My bad. But it's all good, man. I appreciate those that came through and showed some love to your boy today. It's been a good one. It's been a good one. It's been a good one. And I appreciate the time, the effort, and the energy from my people today. Shout out to my man John. I see Liam, Cal Winston, my man Terry Edwards, my man Alphas of Music. Yeah, don't worry about the numbers. I don't like the way those numbers showed you or what they showed you anyways. I think that's really, really inaccurate. My brother Derek Floyd, always a pleasure, man. My man, Mr. Overrated Red Pill, the last samurai. Appreciate the love, man. Rain Man, appreciate you, SML. Appreciate you guys coming through. My brother Robert Morris, always, man. Appreciate the support. Also, my man, who else we got here? Smooth Riffs. I see you, family. Mike G, what's good with you, brother? Appreciate you coming through. I don't want you to think I overlooked you. My brother Reginald Graham, always been around for you, boy. I appreciate it. Larney, appreciate you being here. Sincerely, always a pleasure to have the young ladies in the building. My man San Juan, always love, brother. Appreciate you, Mr. Kim Jong Barack. You got your boy. I appreciate you being here. If I miss your name, leave it down at the bottom. I'll make sure I shout you out. I'm gonna let y'all go on about your business because I gotta go ahead and take me a nap too. Mr. Wonderful, much love to you, brother. Whoever Lucas is, I didn't catch a lot of your comments, man. Oh, I see comments that were deleted by him later. Okay, Lucas, whatever you say, brother. Tyreek Campbell, was good with your family. My man Lawrence McGee, appreciate you being here. If I miss your name, leave it down at the bottom. You know I got you. Always love, Robert. Much love to you, family. Mr. Smith, man, I got you, bro. Channel 19, I see you, family. My man John Thomas, Albert Crandell, man, my boy Zay was in the building. What's good with you, brother? Appreciate you coming through. Yeah, Jordan Clarkson too, man. Jordan Clarkson is a garbage NBA player. Let me talk about him. Half breed Jordan Clarkson. Let me talk about him before I leave, because that is one motherfucker I can't stand. Can't stand his ass to save my life. But let me tell you about Jordan Clarkson. Y'all know who Jordan Clarkson is. He played along LeBron James for a little bit. He played for the Lakers, probably played for Cleveland now, I think. He is a garbage NBA player. Like my man O'Shea say, he's a bum. Serious bum. Bummy motherfucking NBA player. But he comes to the Philippines, bro, and they treat him like a superstar. He's got Heineken endorsements, smart endorsements. This man is making money on top of money on top of money, and they're throwing it at him all because he plays in the NBA and he's half Filipino. They're just handing this motherfucker endorsements all because he's half breed. But the motherfucker can't play basketball to save his life. He sucks. Okay, I've watched this man play. Jordan Clarkson is garbage. He probably couldn't even play fucking PBA basketball better than most Filipinos can. Motherfucker sucks. He sucks. But you know what? He's half Filipino. So we just gonna throw him a check. I'm telling you, there is value in being a half breed. You ain't even got to do shit. You just got to show up and look good. And they gonna throw that shit at you. And you think I'm joking. Y'all think I'm playing. I'm not dumb. Shout out to my man Raphael Williams, man. Appreciate the love, bro. David Webb, man, always a pleasure, man. Let me make sure I don't miss anybody. I'm tripping. I know my man Get Lost. Appreciate you coming through. My man Mr. G. Appreciate you coming through. Like I said, I missed a lot of these while I was going through my rant. That's why I gotta go back. Mr. Mark, what's going on? My man Kevin. Nah, I was talking about. He said I thought you were talking about another trap. That trap too, brother. That trap too. But we're not getting into that trap. The thirst trap. It exists, ladies and gentlemen, and it is beautiful. Oh, I didn't mean to like sucker y'all into this shit, but yeah, I hope y'all. Let me get back to my comments real quick. Mike G, we'll probably do a panel maybe tomorrow if we're lucky. We'll try to do that one. Manila sucks. He said, hold up, there's 5 people killed in Manila every day. Yeah, they don't just randomly kill folk. Okay, I'm coming in late. My man says, how do you deal with the stress associated with managing these comments and social medias? The Last Samurai, you ask a great question, man. Let me scroll all the way down to the bottom and draw light to this one. Let me go back. Let me find it. Hold on. You asked a great question, man. Guys, I'm going to let y'all in on a little secret. So my man says, Doc, how do you deal with the stress associated with managing these comments and social media? Half the time, I don't even read comments, bro. I don't. See, a lot of people got me fucked up. Okay, I'm going to tell you the truth about me. Once a video is out, the video's out. I normally don't take it back. I think there may have been maybe 1 or 2 videos that I took down after I put them out, but there may have been a specific reason as to why I did it. It wasn't because of negative backlash or anything like that. I don't really read comments at all. Like, as a matter of fact, I think I read maybe a handful. If you're like the first couple to the video, I'll catch them. But for the most part, man, I don't read comments, man. I just let people rock. Like, the only time as long as you're not being disrespectful in the comment section, I don't care what you say. You're entitled to an opinion. Shit, you're not required to like me. It is not a requirement by law for you to show up to the Dr. Mike TV channel and ride my nuts. For lack of a better term, I'm not expecting you to agree with everything that I say. It's okay. As a matter of fact, if you have a differing opinion, that's fine. I would like to know that I deal with like-minded people, but sometimes, it's quite the opposite. I deal with people who can't stand my content. So at the end of the day, you watch my video, bro. You did me a favor. Thank you for showing up. Thank you for your time. Thank you for your effort and energy to leave a comment when it wasn't warranted. Sometimes I care, most of the time I don't. So you ask me how I manage, I don't read them. I'll be honest with you. I don't read them. I don't read them as often as you think I do. A lot of people are consumed by what other people say, and they're consumed with responding to everybody's comments. Like, oh my God, I can't believe you would say this. Oh, you're so wrong in this. Oh, you're so wrong in that. How dare you think Filipinas are only after foreigners' money? How dare you think that Filipinas are only after it or in a relationship to get a baby with a foreigner? Oh, you are so wrong. Filipinos are going to dust your ass. They can't stand you. Your content sucks. Yo, you hear it all, man. You got to have a thick skin for this shit, too. That's second. You got to have a thick skin for this social media game. And I'm only on YouTube, man. I don't really post a lot on my Facebook page, and I don't really post a lot on my Instagram and stuff like that. But you got to have a thick skin for the game, man. You got to have a thick skin for this. You got to be able to laugh at a lot of people because they going to say some shit that's probably going to be meant to get underneath your skin. Most of the time, I just laugh them off. I'm like, man, damn, that person's having a bad day. And I keep it pushing because if I dwell on every negative comment that I receive, and I receive quite a few, people like to tease me because of the fact that I don't have eyebrows and shit. You know, you get people who still say random shit about that. I'm like, bro, I've addressed that issue in probably 100 fucking videos about my situation, but people still want to go hard at your boy because they don't like me or they don't know about me, and maybe one video got them in their feelings. Like my man Mike G said, the 6 people or who, however many, gave me the thumbs down are the ones that didn't wrap it up, and they're probably the ones caught up in a situation where a Filipina got a baby out of them and they just fucked their whole lives up. It is what it is, man. Sometimes their reaction to a video that I make is because it hits them the wrong way. Like my man says, yo, hit dogs holler. So if I say something, I'm not definitely directing it at anybody in particular, but the way you respond to the way in which I put out a video or the way in which you respond to the way I direct the topic of conversation in my live stream shows a lot about you. Tells me a lot about you. You kind of reveal yourself real quick if your responses are the way that they are, which lets me further know the only reason you're responding the way that you are is because you're hurt. You are too emotionally invested in what I got going on over here. I may not even said your damn name. Half the time, I don't even know your name. Most of the time, 90% of the time, I don't even know these motherfuckers. But they all got an opinion. And with the Dr. Mike TV channel, your opinion, you can share it. As long as it's about the topic of conversation, as long as you're attacking the topic, I don't care. When you start to do personal attacks, that's different. That means that not only are you trying to come after me, you know, you're basically neglecting the topic of conversation. I can live with you saying, oh, this black motherfucker don't know what he's talking about. He don't know anything, blah, blah, blah. I've heard that too. I can live with that. But when you start doing like personal character attacks and shit like you know me, it's a little different. You feel me? So I'm cut different than everybody else, and I tell people often, yo man, you can't let the social media hit you that way. That's why a lot of people's YouTube channels don't last. Now there are people that have received a hell of a lot more backlash than me. There are a lot of channels that have received a lot more negative comments, a lot more negative like I said, backlash and approach than my channel is. So I think I'm kind of lucky that I don't get a lot of it. I'm not saying that it's not there, but I don't get as much of as I've seen from some other channels a little bit lately that I'm not going to mention the names of because these people are just going hard at these individuals, and rightfully so. Maybe they've done something in the past that has come off as creepy. Maybe they've done something in the past that comes off like, you know, dude, like how the fuck can you get yourself caught up doing some shit like that? So they put themselves in the position to be called out for the shit that they do. And the reason they do that is because they record every damn thing that they do like idiots. There's one thing about social media. Ladies and gentlemen, I do have a private life. I share as much of my life as I want to with you. I am as authentic on camera as I am off camera. I will tell you that. But there's certain things that's not worth sharing. So if I got other girls in my videos and shit chilling with me and we're having fun and that shit, and you take something that happened in that video the wrong way, I expect negative backlash. If that girl looks like she's probably maybe no older than 2 days over 18, I'm probably gonna expect you guys to have a problem with my video. If you got girls in your videos that don't look like they are appropriate for the video, and you look at older, crusty and dusty, I can understand the response that people are gonna give to you. I can understand that. If you're making videos where you're asking for money and the money that you receive isn't being utilized for what you say it's going to be used for, I can understand why people will have a problem with that. If you say you're going to use the money to leave the Philippines and never leave the Philippines, you got to be able to understand that people aren't going to be able to respond to your videos the exact same way again. Again, there's a lot of things that go into the videos that we make. If I ever say, yo, go pick up an ebook, yo, go check out my shit, I want you to get something as a result of you spending your money. I'm not just asking for it just to ask for it. You're going to get something in return. Like, yo, check out the ebook. Yo, check out my Patreon. I got videos over there that I don't post on my regular YouTube channel. So there's always something. There's going to be an exchange there. I'm never just going to ask you something for nothing. If I ask for support, it's simply because, yo, man, I'm going to use it to do something with my channel. I got things that I'm trying to do or things that I'm trying to come up with. And I would hope that you guys want to be a part of the squad. Like I said, it's not a requirement by law. But again, everybody's going to have a differing opinion about the way in which you choose to approach your topics of conversation. Some people might call it e-begging. Some people are like, you just another beggar on the tube. Like, I mean, you're going to have people who are going to have negative comments every time something comes out. But you got to have a thick skin, ladies and gentlemen. And you got to be careful with what you put out on these channels, man. Don't give people a reason to fucking hate you. I try my best not to give you a reason to hate me. I'll trigger the fuck out of you on purpose because I feel like trolling you guys from time to time. But ultimately, I don't put out anything out there that I feel like, man, maybe I probably shouldn't have done that. That kind of comes off a little creepy, a little negative. Come on, man. You just got to think. So, yeah, that's how I manage my social media in the comments. Half the time I don't read them. As long as they attack the problem and not me personally, I could care less what people say because everybody's entitled to an opinion. And as long as you live with that aspect, you'll be okay. You'll be just fine. Trust me when I tell you, man, y'all's going to be just fine. Mike, my next panel, bro, I need to set that up. I do. I keep forgetting because I do my live streams last minute. So I haven't been able to reach out to people and like set up a panel and then bring people on. I know that's coming soon, brother. I was coming soon. My man said he made the NBA. He is not totally garbage. Jordan Clarkson is garbage. That motherfucker is a backup to the backup of the backup. Jordan Clarkson. I'm just talking shit, but he's not really good. He's not as good as the promos and stuff that he's brung to the Philippines and that they're giving him. That's what I'm gonna tell you. I just don't think he's a great NBA player. But in the Philippines, they play him off as if he is the best in the world. He probably his jerseys probably sell out in the Philippines. But tell me what Jordan Clarkson did this last NBA season. Tell me how many minutes he played and how many points he scored. You probably can't tell. And I'm not sitting there trying to compare this man to LeBron James or trying to compare this man to like your top flight athletes. But I just feel like the type of shine that he's getting in the Philippines is more or less because he's half Filipino and half black, I guess, more so than it is for his actual gameplay. You know, let me put all right, Raymond, let me throw this one at you. Maybe you'll be able to pick up where I'm going with this one. You know how when they get the NBA athletes or the NBA cares types of athletes to come to the Philippines, right? You might get Steph Curry. They got Kobe one year. They got LeBron. They got James Harden. They got Dwight Howard. They brought them over there because they are big names. Why did they bring Jordan Clarkson over to the Philippines? It sure as hell wasn't because of his basketball ability. This man probably wasn't leading any training camps or NBA basketball camps or anything like that that was set up by the NBA or sponsored by the NBA. He wasn't the one leading these camps. This man just showed up and ended up being part of the Philippine basketball team because he just happened to be a half-breed. I'm not saying that his skills are garbage. I'm just saying that as an overall NBA player, his skills didn't bring him to the Philippines. It was more or less his half-breedness that kind of brought him over to the Philippines. That's all I'm gonna say. All right. It is what it is, man. I'm not convinced, but we do okay. But that's me. All right, ladies and gentlemen, I've said what I said. Jordan Clarkson made $12.5 million this year. I'll take being an NBA bum making that kind of money. I'm not gonna sit there and say that man ain't gonna get paid, but that's actually, dude, you could get 12.5 million riding the bench. Nobody's gonna shit on that type of money. I'm not calling him a bum, calling him broke. I'm just saying his skills didn't bring him to the Philippines. It was simply the fact that that man was half Filipino and half foreign. That brought him to the country. PBA is garbage. Hey, leave the Filipinos alone. Let them play their basketball. All right, ladies and gentlemen, I've said my piece. I've spoke my mind. Now we can agree to disagree on Jordan Clarkson bumness. I'm just having fun, bro. Anyways, I just didn't think that he was actually like his skills, in my personal opinion, didn't bring him to the Philippines. It was really once they found out that he was half Filipino that Filipinos started to notice him. Can we agree on that? Can we agree on the fact that Jordan Clarkson would not be as popular in the Philippines as he is right now, if he was not half Filipino? That's a yes or no. I'll leave it alone at the yes or the no. I promise. Jordan Clarkson's only reason for being known in the Philippines is because he's half. That's it. That's it. I just want a yes or a no. Yes, no, maybe so. After that, I will leave it be. But yeah, he does make pretty good money. I'd be an NBA bum too, bro. No doubt. Said the last samurai. No, Philippines. I mean, YouTube ain't worth it for me. If you find a 9 to 5 job, got a lot less stressful than having to deal with so much fighting with strangers on YouTube. Ain't nobody fighting nobody on no YouTube. Like I said, I'm not really pressed for this stuff. I mean, YouTube, I think you just make a lot more money and it's a lot less work. It depends on how much you actually pay attention. That's all. I mean, it's just yeah, YouTube is fun. YouTube is definitely fun. A little bit more stressful, but based on the work that you would have to do 9 to 5, it'll cut down your work time. If you could put out a video maybe once or twice a week and you can make as much money doing that than actually reporting to a job from that particular time frame, of course, a lot of people will probably still do YouTube. YouTube, you could be lazy as hell, still make money because your videos are gonna still get views. That's probably why most people still do it. There we go. I think Jordan Clarkson might only be a quarter Filipino, and he's only popular here because of his Filipino breed. That's it. That's all. That's the only point I wanted to make, guys. That is the only point I wanted to make. Jordan Clarkson's popularity in the Philippines is only because of his Filipino association. Whether it's a quarter, whether it's half, it don't matter. It's only because of his association with the people or the bloodline that made him popular and gave him all these endorsements. It wasn't because he was the best basketball player in the NBA or even close to being the best or even the second or the third or even the fourth. All right, ladies and gentlemen, that's been my time. It has been fun. It has been real. Doc's got to get to getting. Oh, hold on. Last question, man. He says, Doc, if you had a magic wand, what would you like to be doing and why? Oh, good question, man. What would I like to be doing? I have no idea. I truly don't, bro. I would be doing YouTube full time. If you want to know the truth, honestly, if I had a magic wand, I would have started my YouTube channel when I was in college. That would be what I would do. You want to know what I would do, honestly? I would start my YouTube channel when I was in college. Interviewing my college classmates, bro, I would have had a channel that was popping. Cause all y'all thirsty, crusty motherfuckers out there who love looking at women in such a perverse way. Oh man, I would have made a killing. Oh, I would have made a killing. Them uniforms were hot too. Yeah, I would have started my YouTube channel back when I was in college. If I had a magic wand to start all over, I would have started this channel way sooner. You would have seen me in high school. I mean, sorry, not high school, but you would have seen me in college with my camera out, just walking around showing you guys my daily life back then. I would have been the shit. Toilet, for real. I would have been that dude. But yeah, that's the true question. Um Yo, man, have a good one, guys. I'm about to just go ahead anyways, man. You guys do what you do. Mm. Cal Winston, I'm not gonna do all that. We're not going into name talking, man. You know how I feel about people. I ain't pressed by any of these motherfuckers. They gonna do what they gonna do best. All right, ladies and gentlemen, I'm out, man. You guys go ahead and do what you gotta do. So with that being said, the good doc is officially out. At least nako paalam, which means I am going now. Bye bye. As always, love you guys. Makita mabuhay. Peace.